Real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best nights of your life. Your host Jay and simply E. Hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on intellectualradio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And J is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner, go to YouTube, boop, 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 like and subscribe our channel there. That's the J Spot Radio. Then go right along to TikTok, like and follow us there, the J Spot. Again, you all, J is Jaye. Happy Thursday, you all. I hope that your week has been great. Listen, we have to remember to stay focused. It's so much stuff. Just everyday life is just life. And then sometimes life's harder for others than it is for you. So, before you take that moment and say, you know what, let me complain about something, just be grateful, because you know what, somebody out there is having a rough time right now. So you think that your time is rough. Listen, somebody else is going through even worse than what you are. And if you think that I'm joking about that, listen, let's head right on into our first hot topic. We're talking about Diddy. Listen, Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy everywhere. So listen, you all, look, how do you all feel about this? Now, Howard University, they have given back $1 million. I'm going to say allegedly, but it's the stories are surfacing. Howard University has given, they said that they've given back the money that Diddy has donated to them. And they're also saying that they are cutting ties with him after the video of the attack of him on Cassie. And they are also revoking his honorary degree after the video has surfaced. Now, you all, when I saw this, I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm so freaking sick of everything and everybody. What the heck? What does his honorary degree have to do with anything? Listen, I've said it once and I'll say it again. I am not a condoner. I do not condone Diddy's behavior whatsoever. But come on, for real, this is what is the problem with us. We jump on the bandwagon for everything. Howard University, you cannot afford to be cutting ties with anybody. And here's the thing. Show me somebody that is innocent of all this. Listen, this Diddy's skeletons have been dug up. But what you gonna do when your skeletons have been, what you gonna do when your skeletons start to be dug up? What are you gonna do? It's just like, what is the purpose? Like, I don't understand. This man worked hard for what it is that he accomplished and what he did achieve and has achieved and is going to continue to achieve in his professional life. Does that mean that he's supposed to lose everything because of what he did in his personal life? Again, I do not condone it, but she settled. She took the money and that's it. It's like, it's not fair. Why are these, everybody's cutting ties. Listen, I haven't heard anybody cut ties with anybody from them pedophiles at Nickelodeon. I have not heard anyone do that. I'm not hearing any of those executives, nobody from Nickelodeon and Disney, nobody is being canceled. Nobody but Diddy. Everybody is canceling Diddy. And then let's talk about canceling. It's why is it only black people being counseled by other black people? Howard University, y'all could have sat down and stayed out of it, because when your ish start coming out the closet, you're gonna want somebody to come and have a little mercy on you. What happened to mercy? Like, do we not believe in that anymore? Like, or okay, yeah, he did this horrible thing to her, yes. If she chose to not pursue it legally, then who are we to try to end things for this man? Like, that's what I don't like and I don't get. Like, we listen, some of you all have uncles and great granddaddies that listen, been beating on Medea since 1975. Have y'all counseled him? Some of you all have pedophiles in your family that you call dads and uncles and brothers and sisters and aunties. Are y'all counseling them? Because my thing is this, if we gonna cancel, listen, let's just make it a whole counseling. Listen, let's just cancel the whole shebang. Let's just do that. Let's cancel from top to bottom. Let's cancel if we're gonna do that. But I'm tired of us doing this. Like, now this man, why does he have to go broke trying to defend himself again? He was wrong. If you didn't hear me say it the first time, I'll say it again. I do not condone nor support what he did. I do not. But I also don't condone the world and the media and the other people media trying to destroy this black man, because that's who is spearheading the campaign. My thing is, if it was a even cancel culture all the way around, then I would be, hey, we canceling Diddy, let's cancel everybody. Then I'll be on board with that. But I'm tired of it just being black people that are being canceled. And we ain't got no better. What if it was your sister, or what if it was your brother, or your what if it was your mother? We gonna ride down there. That's what we're gonna do. We gonna ride down there. We see a video like that. Listen. I'm not expecting social media in the world to come. We riding down there because we got some business that we're gonna have to take care of. Has nothing to do with social media, and got nothing to do with his money. Cassie should have been gathering her brothers and her uncles and everybody else, and Cassie should have been doing that. But instead, Cassie took the money. Again, I'm not blaming her and I'm not faulting her, and I'm not saying that she was wrong for doing that, because listen, he's a powerful man, very powerful man. But again, if we're canceling Diddy, then I want to see some cancellation of these grown men that have come out, that the young people now have reported. But that story has died out because it ain't no black people involved. But all those people, all the young people from all these Disney and Nickelodeon films and shows that have came out weeks ago and talked about being abused on the set and being abused by these writers and producers and all these other people. But you see, that story has died down. That story has, it went away. But we still bashing Diddy. Cassie was grown and Diddy was grown. So we're more concerned about what this man is doing with the grown woman that consented to being in a relationship with him than we are of kids that did not consent and did not deserve, and now they are young adults and they've had their worlds turned upside down because of these nasty, filthy bastards touching on them and doing all kinds of God knows what these people have done to these kids when they were kids, but now they're young adults. But we sitting up here, all we can focus on is canceling Diddy. Okay. See how far that's gonna keep getting us. So while we canceling Diddy, We're counseling Diddy over here. We're having a council party for Diddy. And these pink people still over there doing what they doing to these kids because they already know that we have tunnel vision. We're just gonna focus on what's brown, what's black right in front of us. That's all we see. Everything, all bad news is black, 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 black. So much bad black news. But what about the other folks? And I know you may say, listen, we got to handle our own affairs and we got to worry about what black people doing. Yes. So black people, let's jump up off of this cancel Diddy thing. Again, I will say it again. I do not condone any of his behavior. I don't. I don't support it, but I also don't condone and support the cancellation of him because he's worked his behind off. So why do we have to ensure that this man goes back to ground zero, being broke, poor, broke, and starving because he made bad choices or because he's a monster? It's plenty of other monsters out there. It's plenty of boogeymen. So I'm saying if we're going to take the boogeyman down, if we're taking the monster down, let's take them all down. Let's just not choose one because here's the thing. Not only that, so now they trying to cancel Diddy. But now Will Smith slapped Chris Rock how many years ago? And now that he has a movie, his movie that come out this weekend, now you got every black commentator on here talking negative. Oh well, I'm not gonna watch the film because I still haven't gotten over him slapping him. Well, let him come slap you, and then maybe you can take your mind off him slapping Chris Rock if he come and slap you. And Lord, let me and then I'm gonna get off of celebrity news, talk about some real stuff. But Lord, please let somebody slap Stephen A. Smith's hairline back on because this man sits up there and talks so much crap. Let me say this. Stephen A. Smith is a hater. He's a bona fide hater. I don't care how much money he got. He's a bona fide miserable hater. Hashtag that. Bona fide hashtag hater. Stephen A. Smith, your big mouth, you don't do nothing but you talk all that crap about us. I don't never see you talking crap about other people, other races. You donkey with a receding hairline, Stephen A. Smith, and I'm to say it whatever. He got more money than you. I don't care. He's still a donkey hater. He's a rich, miserable donkey hater, Stephen A. Smith. I wouldn't support that. I'm not going out. Shut up. Like everything ain't meant to be said on like if you felt like you not gonna support it, just like and I understand, just like your hairline don't support that big forehead you got. I got it. I got it. I got it, Stephen A. We got it. We got it, but you got other things that you need to be worried about. You need to go find you some business, find you somebody that can stitch on a couple more inches. Listen, me and Stephen A. Smith, our foreheads are twins. The only difference is his hairline is running from him, but we got the same size forehead. So you go, at least I can put a bang and cover my forehead. But this big forehead, big mouth hater, now, let's let that trend. Let's let that trend. Stephen A. Smith, hater. Hater, hater, hater. And he's a scary hater. You only talk about stuff that you only talk about people that you know ain't gonna say nothing to you. I want to see you talk about somebody that's gonna make you say it with your chest. That's what I want to see you do. Talk about somebody that's gonna make you say it with your chest. But all you do is he talk trash, but he talk trash in a safe zone. He one of them instigators. Y'all know how back in grammar school, the instigator had the best friend that was the big bad person, but they the ones always doing all that talking. That's who Stephen A. Smith is. Your big forehead, receding line hater. Amen. So now that was my rant for today because I get sick of this. I get really sick of this because as black people, we got to do better. Now, Jay, you just done sat up there and talked about Stephen A. Smith. I talked about his forehead because he's a hater. And you know what? Sometimes haters just need to be called out. They need to be called out. And Stephen A. Smith. Now, Jay, hey, what you know about Stephen A. Smith? I know he's a big mouth hater. That's what I do know. A big mouth. Oh, he got all this money and he can do this and he can do that. Well, go do it. Make yourself useful and stop being a hater. Stop acting like you need somebody. Stop acting like you on that time of the month. He be sitting up here acting like he on his cycle. He act like he needs some Midol. Somebody send this man some Midol in a pink, a Victoria's Secret gift card and send him some roses or something. Send him some hot tea and give him a heating pad and rub his back and rub his stomach, because sometimes I be swearing this man is really on his time. Like I be swearing this man get a cycle. The way he sit up there and talk and hate, I would think he be getting a cycle. Y'all let me know. I think, I think that Stephen A, he gets a little cycle over there. You know, he gets a little sensitive here and there. Come on over there. Send that brother some Midol. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Cedric, so much. Yes. And then let's not talk. I was going to get off of it, but Cedric, you gave me another name that I must listen. Purse wearing, not needed. Shannon Shay Club Shay. This hating donkey. Child, let me tell you something. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, all I can say, oh, they rich. They got something you ain't got. No, I got something that they don't have. I got pride. And I got love for black people, which is something that these two black men don't. That's what I got. That's so you can have all the money in the world. Keep it. Yep. Your show is doing great. Y'all shows are doing great. And y'all selling black people out. Every time y'all open y'all mouths, y'all selling black people out. Y'all selling black men out. Every time y'all open your, listen, Shannon Sharp with your purse wearing Shannon Sharp, you selling black folks out every time you open your mouth. And receding hairline, Stephen A. Smith, he's selling black folks out too. Every time they open them sweet, sensitive lips of theirs, they selling black folks out. So if that's what it takes to make it, you know what? I'm cool over here. You know, I'm cool over here. Listen, I'm cool over here eating oodles and noodles and raimens and rocking like this. You right, Cedric, because integrity. And Myron, you're saying, do you think Clive Davis have any? Listen, Myron, the closet, Clive Davis is the closet. You talking about skeletons? He is the skeleton. What you talking about? Do he got skeletons in his closet? What? But ain't nobody talking about Clive Davis. That's what I'm trying to say. So instead of Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp trying to go in on Will Smith and Diddy, let's explore Clive Davis's closet. But they not. They gonna keep on picking on people that look like them. While, as you say, Clive Davis and his skeletons in his closet, guess what? They stay in his closet. Because we ain't talking about it. We ain't nobody, everybody's out cancel Diddy. Diddy did this for Cassie and R. Kelly and Alice. Yep. What did Clive do? Oh, listen. Listen. We gonna go ahead on. Murray, you're saying he's a cemetery. I'm with you on that. But again, y'all feel where I'm coming from? Like, we don't talk about that. You don't hear any social media platforms. You got the Shade Room and Revolt and all these other big media outlets. Ain't nobody talking about Clive because they know Clive will pull the plug. But all I'm saying is have the same. If you ain't finna talk about everybody, listen, this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna start packing my stuff up. This is me. I'm packing my stuff up just like this because I know as soon as I start dropping names, you ain't got to tell me to get out because I'm gonna go ahead and already leave because I already know. I already know I'm not gonna have no job. I'm not gonna have nothing. And I'm gonna say it, and then now y'all gonna be after me. So that's why I'm glad I'm not famous. I like being just right here because I know my mouth. Listen, I already know I don't get along well with others like that. So if we not going to tell on everybody, then just leave me alone because I don't want to just talk about just one person. I want to talk about everybody every bastard that's involved. Let's talk about all of them. But we're not gonna just pinpoint one. Oh yeah, yeah, he over there doing this, and yeah, did he this and shut your scary butt up. And you right, Cedric. He paying them, but you know what? Also, Shannon Sharp, big forehead. Shannon Sharp, duck mouth is scared, and so is receding hairline Stephen A. Smith. They scared. They're scared to talk about other real stories. They know they right in the middle of it. They know all that dirt. The way that pink man sat up there and disrespected Shannon Sharp for years, and he sat up there, he held his clutches. He clutched his purse for years, sitting right across from that pink man. It took him years to finally say, you know what? I'm gonna leave this abusive relationship. It took him years. Took him years. And I will say this, now that he's left, he is doing a great job. No hate there. He's doing a great job, and I'm happy that he is doing his thing. But don't do it at the expense of other black people. Don't do it at the expense of other black men. Have your own voice and have your own rise to the top, but you ain't gotta take a brother out in the process because you whatever. You ain't gotta do that. But to me, when men start talking all that negative crap about another man, I'll be like, come on over here, little girl. Come on over here, Tootsie Pop. Come on over here. Come on over here, sweet mouth. Whenever men start talking like that, I just be like, come on over here. Come on. He need a hug. It's his time of the month. He needs some Midol. He needs some something. He needs something. Because grown men got other stuff to talk about than sitting up here and running another man's name down. Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp. And don't justify wearing that purse. It was a purse. Yes, it was a very expensive purse, but Shannon Sharp, it was a purse. You with your little old pretty dog, it was a purse. Just remind me of a big back. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop on that note. But if we're gonna talk and we're gonna keep it real and we're gonna just talk some stuff, make sure we talking. And as Myron said, listen, let's open up the closet doors for some other people that got their secrets and all this other stuff going on in their backyard. Let's just not go exposing black people, especially when you in this media thing. If you finna expose some people and if we canceling people and we talking all this, let's talk about everybody. Don't just slam black people and then, oh, it's all, yeah, he had that comment and this and that. Shut up. Like, shut up. Let's if we're gonna talk, like I say, real talk, if we're gonna talk, let's hit everybody. Let's hit everybody up. Let's make it happen for everybody. Because again, with Howard University revoking Diddy's, his honorary degree and giving back money and cutting ties, listen. Now go through the list, Howard, of all the other donors and abusers and pedophiles on there and cancel them too. So I'm just saying, if we giving back money and if we canceling people, let's just go ahead on and cancel all the way around the board. Let's just not cancel one person. Let's cancel all the way around the board. Cedric is saying, Jay-Z too, you notice how quiet he been since Puff ished on him, but they were supposed to be road dogs. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's just like, to me, like, loyalty is everything. And it's just like, today, people are not really loyal. Like, if you get mad at somebody, if we fall out, it's certain stuff that should never come out. If we were ever really cool and we fall out, certain things should never come out. And that's just me. It should never, ever, ever come out. If you really cool with somebody and they done told you their deepest, darkest secrets, but now you want to go and expose, how you exposing them? Like, how does that work? Like, you're exposing somebody that you said you was cool with. Y'all was supposed to be cool. Y'all cool and everything, but now y'all fall out. Now you go telling all of their business, everything that they confided in you when you guys were cool. Now, this is your opportunity to expose them. You a fake and a phony. Y'all was never cool in the first place. Y'all were never cool in the first place. If you can go, what do you guys think about that? Like when you fall out with somebody and then you go and you start airing out all the stuff that they told you in secret. Were you guys ever cool? Could you do that? Like, what do you guys think about that? If you airing out somebody's secrets, y'all was cool. Now y'all fell out. Now you go telling everybody, telling all of their business, stuff that you know that they told you in secret. Now, are you guys cool? Were you ever, do you consider yourself really cool with that person? Or were you just waiting for a person to, were you just waiting for them to, y'all to have an out? Now you use that as an excuse to go and say, you know what? Yeah, now for the tell all this. You wanted to tell that anyway. You were never a friend. You was always a fake and a phony. If you a person that'll go and tell somebody's deepest secrets and stuff, and that they've confided in you when you all were friends, and now you take that upon yourself to now you going and telling a business to everybody. I would be cool on you. I would truly be cool on you, because again, when you fall out with people or you just stop talking, y'all go y'all separate ways. Listen, do people outgrow each other? I totally believe people can outgrow each other, and friendships sometimes can, friendships could change. Friendships can definitely change. So we got to just definitely be mindful of that, so got to do that. But if we decide for whatever reason, listen, we're not going to be friends, and whatever the case is, we're not going to be friends. Cool. Okay. That's cool. We ain't got to be friends. But when we part ways, does that mean I have to go and now it's okay for me to go and spread all of your business and all the stuff that you've told me in confidence? Now, does that give me a pass to go and say, yeah, she did this and she did that? Or does that give me a pass to, go and start going in on your character or your integrity? Or is that something that I always wanted to do? See, to me, that's the heart of a hater. Like if you with somebody and now all y'all together, or y'all, again, the friendship ends for whatever reason. Y'all not cool anymore. Cool, that's cool. Okay, we got it. Now you go, oh, yeah, you was always a snake and you always did this. I'm like, okay, well then, tell me why you mad. Like, won't you go ahead on and get it all off of your chest? Since that's the way you feeling, say it. When you say it, stand on it. Stand on it, because people like that, they never had your back from the beginning. They were never a friend in the beginning. You guys, like when you fall out and they go blurting out all of this mean energy, mean spirited stuff, you be like, whoa, you been holding that in all this time? Cedric is saying, it's like my mama, rest in heaven, R.I.P. to your mom, Cedric, used to tell me, you a West Sider, and we count your true friends on one hand. Absolutely. You can definitely count them, because again, if they going and telling everything that you knew or they knew about you, and y'all was supposed, like I said, supposed to have been friends, and now they going and they telling everything that they know, they telling everything that you done told them, again, in confidence, they are letting it rip. Everything that you've told them, they letting it rip. All in the name of friends. Yeah, and she told me this, and she used to do this, and you think she this, and she ain't that, and he this, and he that. I'm just like, a jealous-hearted person is the scariest person to be around. A jealous-hearted person is the scariest kind of person to be around, because they come disguised as friends, but are they really your friends? And you got to be so mindful of that, because those are some dangerous situations. Like, you would be thinking you cool with somebody, you cool with them, but they jealous of you. And you got to be mindful of that because, again, some people, and it don't necessarily have anything to do with like money or anything like that. Listen, some people jealous of your energy. Some people are jealous of your vibe. Some people are jealous because of your spirit. Some people are jealous because of the way other people love on you. Some people are jealous of that. Some people are jealous because they don't like your energy, or they wish that they were you, or they wish that they can have, they wish people would respond to them like they respond to you. So, like you said, Cedric, you definitely count your friends on one hand. And that type of stuff right there, like I said, that little hating stuff right there that these people do when you go and y'all no longer friends, be mindful of that. Be mindful of that and make sure you not the person that is spreading all that crap when you no longer friends. When the friendship is over, okay, I can respect that. The friendship is over. But I'm not about to sit up there. I'm not gonna bash you. I don't have to go to social media and make an announcement. Oh yeah, these be all phony and this and that and this and that. I'm just like, yo, I don't have time for that. Like, you can move totally around, move 2 scoops to the left and take the sugar cone with you because it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Pretty Tasha, you're saying just like when I watched the Selena movie, it was so crazy how her cousin murdered her and was jealous. Absolutely. People would be jealous. Like I say, people that you call friends. Listen, it don't matter how long you've known somebody. You listen, some people are knowing people since childhood. Smile, listen, since you was listen in the playground playing together, third grade, just to find out years later, man. And don't think that the length of time that you've been around somebody means that they're a friend. Because you can be a friend to somebody doesn't mean that they are a friend to you. So we definitely have to be mindful of that, and just, you know what, we got to proceed accordingly. And everything that you do, you got to make sure that you are watching your back, and you got to make sure that you protect yourself, because again, everybody, they're not our friends. They're just not your friends, and you got to be ever ye so mindful, because again, people will be smiling in your face, and like OJ said, they smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Those backstabbers. And you know what? I don't even know why I'm going this way, but you know what? It's true anyhow. Like, we definitely have to be mindful for that, because people, again, they will be smiling all up in your face and all the time, hating the air that you breathe, just hating. And then listen, ain't nothing like a hater. Just okay, you can be a hater, but then guess what? Haters, sometimes they go and recruit other haters. So you got to be mindful of that, because listen, ain't nothing like a hater that go and recruit a whole bunch of other haters. So, be mindful, haters. And here's how you know, in my opinion, that the person is a hater. Because again, they'll go, and now not only are they had their feelings about you, and they in their feelings and whatever, but then they go and they start lying, and now they spread rumors, and they saying all of this stuff that they know is not true, but they'll say it so that they can get people on their side to co-sign and validate how they feel about you. And we got to be so mindful of that. So I'm like, you're not going to have me to jump on the bandwagon of hating somebody. Now, my thing is, listen, I talk my fair share of garbage. Listen, I do. I'm always somewhere running my mouth. But one thing I'm a friend, and I'm loyal. And if we stop talking, you don't got to worry about your secrets coming out, because I don't care. I don't care, because you told me that at a time when we was cool. And I'm cool. Now that I'm cool on you, That's cool. Your secrets, they go out the door, and I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna let you sit there and stew and figure out. Oh, and she was this, and y'all think she all this. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you do that. I'm gonna let, because that's what you've been doing. That's why you can't progress in life, because you stuck right there on some hating ish. So you go ahead on and hate and tell people what she was and she ain't and she did and she that, and I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm over here doing, trying to get to this money. So you keep hating, and I'm gonna try to keep getting to this money, and then that's just what we do. So you gotta let haters and jealous-hearted people do what they do, and you focus on what you have to do. Don't, and sometimes it will get hard. Listen, especially when you know you got some ammunition to blow some weaves off, and you got some ammunition to, some of the guys, they be wearing that paint and stuff, and they be having them toupees and stuff, because they up in there getting them done too. You got some information that can blow all of that off. Sometimes you just gotta chant and just num yodo reiki or num yodo, so you don't reveal it, and so you can just stay focused on the task and stay focused on the mission, and just do what you have to do to continue to better yourself. Because again, that jealous energy, that hating energy, man, that's contagious. That's like a rash. Listen, make my behind itch. That hating stuff. Listen, like, yo, you gotta really be careful with that. Cedric is saying stop associating with them, period. And Cedric, that's easier said than done. You gotta recognize when they show their true hand, then you get to stop associating with them. But as long as they're near you, and you haven't, their their phoniness hasn't been revealed yet, it's kind of hard to stop associating with them until they play the full deck of the hand. But as long as they're still pretending, sometimes it's hard for people to do that. But people, you got to be so careful, because it's just, I think back to the young lady, I think it was last year, when she went to, what was it, I think Mexico or somewhere, and she went with her group of friends, and then they ended up killing her there. Like, you got to be careful for that, because again, sometimes it's not revealed until it's too late. And so we got to be careful again with that, because again, people are jealous, and some people are jealous, and some people are haters, and it has nothing to do with anything physical. Like, sometimes it could just be, people like you, people gravitate to you, people vibe with you, and they don't like it. They don't like it, and it's just like, you oblivious to it. You walking around in Candyland, and meanwhile your BFFs, or people that you call good friends, they hating on you. And Pretty Tasha, you're saying there was a girl in my hometown in Montgomery, Alabama, that was in the hospital for 2 months from March to May, and she had to get several surgeries done to her. Her sister threw acid on her, but thank God it did not deform her. She just got a scar on her forehead and a little on the nose. Man, that is so, and that right there, that sisterly jealous stuff, and that family jealous, that's that's next level, and that's so sad to hear, Pretty Tasha. And I'm definitely glad that the young lady is okay. And you definitely have to watch that. And you know what? Sometimes parents, parents can kind of play a role in that mix, of creating that rivalry between kids. And so if we're not careful, when we start choosing picks and favorites, and this is, this is my favorite kid right here, and this is my favorite, we got to be mindful of that, because now you're pitting your kids against each other, and making you got a favorite. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. And then as they get older, sometimes that can turn into resentment. So we definitely have to be mindful of how we're raising our kids. And then we just got to be mindful on, again, how we move as adults. We have to be mindful on how we move as family. We got to be mindful on how we move as friends. Hey, Peterson, Gary, how you doing? We got to be mindful on all of these things because again, if we're not only are we putting ourselves in position, to be hurt if we're not watching our circle, like you said, Cedric, that's why you keep your circle small. We gotta also keep your circle small, but also still watch who's in that small circle, because the circle could be small, but if it's a jealous hearted person in that circle, you still definitely have to be mindful of that. And then we have to be mindful on all the pressure that we're putting on the kids. Again, doing this favoritism ish, in my opinion, really is not, it's not a good thing to do. I only got one, so he was my favorite because I only had one. But when parents with multiple kids, we definitely have to be mindful of doing that and putting, again, pitting our kids against each other and doing things of that nature because again, it's not a good look. And in the long run, the kids and their relationship, it suffers big time because of the things that we're doing. And speaking of kids and pitting them against each other, listen, you all, I saw the video. So the mom, she's on the video and she is crying her heart out. And she says that she threw a birthday party for her son and invited friends and family, and nobody showed up to the birthday party. So she had it at like some little venue where they have, for the kids. Now she's like, she's done messing with everybody and things of that nature. So my thing was this: when I saw the video and I saw how upset and how emotional she was, I don't know if it was a skit, you all, because listen, skits are popping up all over the place. Let's just be real. These situations, and I'm not mad at them. Like, I'm not mad if your skit is that realistic. Listen, rock out, continue to create the content that you created. But she is bawling her eyes out. It's just her and her son, and she's there on social media, because nobody came to her kid's party. So now I immediately thought, I'm just like, okay, you got a party, and it was probably placed for about 15, 20 people. And I'm like, not one person showed up, not one person that you invited. So I immediately started to think, like, why? Why didn't anybody? Is it, I mean, because not one person showed up, not a grandmother, not your good Judy, or not one person showed up. Was the weather bad outside? Like, okay, we give them the weather if the weather was bad, but I can't see how you can invite that many people to the party and not one person show up. So I started thinking, like, okay, are these really, do these people really rock with you? Or, listen, have you done something? Do you show out? Do you clown? I would think in real life. Thank you. Cedric, he's saying it was a skit, because I would hope that, in real life, but like, how would you handle a situation if you had a party for your child and nobody showed up? So my thing was this: like, when growing up, when my mom used to throw us parties, because we were all born, baby, we were all born in February, a couple of days apart and a year apart. So you got one birthday, then a few days later you had another birthday and another birthday, the whole month of February. And my mother, she used to always tell us, she was like, y'all are the party. As long as y'all are here together, we're not going to worry about who else comes. Whoever shows up, shows up. Whoever don't, they don't. We show up and we show love, and we focus on who's here. If nobody comes, y'all got each other. We're here and we're going to party and we're going to celebrate each other. So that's kind of what I instilled in my son. Like, growing up, you will invite a few other people, but if they don't show up, as long as your family is here, that's all that matters. So that's kind of how we had always been brought up to think, like, listen, as long as family is here, then that's all that matters. But baby, my mom was getting it in. And hey, my sister Lee on here, hey, she said, I was just about to say that. as long as we show up, even for, just anything important, we like my family, we are the party. And my sister, we would talk about this all the time. We like, listen, you know, we can listen. You either gonna love us or you're gonna want to lock us in the room and throw away the key. There is no in between with us. You're gonna like us or you're gonna be like, you know what? Listen, let me push them and put them in a room somewhere where they are away from everybody and just leave them there. So that's how it is. But I appreciate the bond and I appreciate my family because listen, you need that to equip you for this world. So it's just like, ain't nothing that you can say that is going to too much ruffle my feathers because, I come from a strong family. And, listen, when I tell you the dis and functional is there, the dysfunctional is, baby, it's the capital D. But we can only do it to each other. Can't no outsider come in. You can't come in and jump on my family and be dysfunctional. You can't. That's our job. We know that we got some people that listen. The clock, look, the cuckoo circulates around the cuckoo. We got some people in our family that we know that happens. Let us do it. Let them know that listen, I need you to get your mind right because you're crazy, okay? Let us do it. You can't do it. And y'all should have the same love for your family. And listen, you got to love people for who they are, stop and not for who you want them to be. Some of us like to think that people are, and he just, I just wish they would get it together. They not gonna get it together. Okay. If they ain't got it together in all these years, they're not gonna get it together. So we gotta start accepting people for their crazies and let them be. Hey Gretchen, how you doing? We got to start accepting people for who they are and let them be crazy. Stop trying to make these people sane. Some of these people need mental prescriptions out here. And we getting mad at them. Every time I turn around, Vincent is always over here fighting. Vincent just can't get right. They're not going to get right because something wrong with them. So stop expecting them to do the right thing because you know that they crazy. Listen, you got to accept them for what they crazy. Stop trying to make them sane because they not going to be sane. You just got to love them anyhow. Listen, if you know that your favorite auntie always stealing and you know she a thief, listen, stop trying to make her stop stealing. She been stealing since 1978. She's going to die stealing. You got to accept that and leave it alone. Gretchen, she's saying, I accept people I accept people for who they are, as we should. We definitely got to accept people for who they are. And listen, when we accept people for who they are, guess what? It makes it so much easier for you to be able to deal with them and for you to be able to accept them because you're not trying to change them. Listen, again, that they still listen. Don't invite them to the house. You can't invite them to the house. You got to love them, but you can't listen. Now, Auntie, look, I love you, but you got a problem with taking stuff that's not yours. Now, look, Auntie, I'm not going to go through this with you now, Auntie. Now, look, I'm not going to go through it with you, okay? Look, I love you. But you're not finna get up here and steal all my stuff. I just got this stuff, and you're not finna come over here and steal it. Now, when we go to the restaurant, I'm gonna invite you. You can steal all the silverware that you want to steal, but you're not finna come to my house and steal my silverware, Auntie. But I love you, okay? So I love you, Auntie, and that's just gonna be it. Your cousins and whoever. Listen, if you got people that got some drinking problems, and they drink, and then they start to fight, you can't come. Look. Okay, you can't hold your liquor, so you can't come, okay? Because we're not trying to have you to embarrass us. We're not trying to have the police being called, and now we all on the news because you want to fight. Listen, they say liquor and alcohol is a spirit. Listen, believe them folks. Believe them. It's a spirit. It is a spirit, and don't be bothered with it. But listen, I'm not going to get mad at you because this is who you are. You drink, you fight, you cuss, and you clown. But I don't have to deal with it. So I'm not going to get all up in my feelings and be like, oh God, I wish they changed. No, you just can't come over here. You just can't. You just cannot come over here. You can't be. No, what? Listen. If you know, listen. Some of y'all, so listen. I'm not gonna say y'all. Some of us are related to some folks that can't keep their hands to themselves. You can't come over here. You can't come over here. We sitting up here trying to have a movie night, and we turn around and you got your significant other, you got your partner hemmed up over there by the cotton candy. We not gonna deal with that. See, like, see, that's why we can't bring you nowhere, because you always showing out. You always clowning. You always acting up, and then you be wondering why ain't nobody bringing you nowhere. We don't bring you nowhere because you don't know how to act. And Pretty Tasha is saying, yes, mental illness is real. It truly is. So it's just like when you dealing with stuff like that, listen, focus on the party. She should have focused on the party, got off that social media, got off the camera, and you and your baby there, you spent your money. You got to have a good time. You cannot break down like that and ruin it for your kid. It's about your kid. If you in a big facility like that, you got to rock out and go ahead and enjoy the amenities, enjoy the party that you set for your child. And then don't go. This is where we, as parents, we gotta listen. We got a choice to make. We can blast everybody because they didn't come and tell our kid that, and now have our kid feeling sad, and now they looking at people some type of way when they come around. Or you can try to fix it. Now, I'm not saying lie. I'm just saying fix it up. Everything don't have to be shared with kids. Listen, I'm not sure, baby. I'm not sure why people didn't make it. You know, maybe next time. But listen, we are here. We finna enjoy the jungle gym and everything else. We finna get in here and we finna do this and we finna have some fun because it's all about you. It's your special day. Let's rock out and let's do it. That would be the way to handle it, opposed to and since Nene didn't come, you better not let me catch you talking to Nene's son Ray Ray, and you better not be talking to Rara and Man Man and Boogie Man and do. Look, ma'am, that's probably why they didn't come. See, because you're running your mouth with all that type of negative energy. That's probably why they did not come. Because you're running your mouth. Right, Jangalang and them, that's right. They didn't come because you're running your mouth. Now, that could be a strong reason why they did not come, because of your mouth. So we ain't going to do that. We just going to focus on having a good time and making the baby have a good time. Focus on, the facility and rocking out from that point. But there's no reason to send negative energy down to your child. We should be above that. We should be above that and not worrying about all of that, because it's too much. And you know what? It's not necessary. So let's just do what we have to do as parents. And you know what? Look, we're going to rock out and we're going to do what we have to do for our kids and make them have a good time, because again, it's about them. So we're not going to focus on the foolery or the negativity. Hey, Maurice, how you doing? We're not going to focus on that. So again, let's just control it and wheel it in. And you all let me tell y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a reflection moment, a real moment. Listen, sometimes, I have to go and just sit down, you know what, and talk to myself and gather my thoughts. Because sometimes I can be, this mouth would have been just popped open before I said it. Listen, a whole bunch of stuff have been spilled out. But what I'm learning to do, I'm learning to just center myself. And listen, I center myself right in front of people. I'll be like, listen, if I feel myself going left, I'll be like, what? Now, Lord, now I look, and I'll be like, this prayer be for me. It don't be for nobody else. Now, Lord, please help me. because you know the stuff that I was just about to tell this sister right here. It's not right. You know it's not right, Lord. Now you know. Lord, you know I was about to take it too far. What was about to be said was about to be too far now, Lord, because you know that there is, when they say 0 to 10, no, Lord, I'm going to go 0 to 1,000. And that's not what you want me to do. You don't want me to go 0 to 1,000. You want me to be, nice and centered. So sometimes I just have to zone out to collect myself because I just be, if anytime I get mute, y'all know how when the computer freeze and then they gotta like reprocess real quick. That's what happens to me. Like I have to I freeze and then I just have to reprocess. And then I just have to it's restarting. My program is restarting because clearly all of the wrong stuff came to the forefront. All of it came to the forefront, and that's not where I'm trying to be. Cedric, you said hold your peace. Listen, sometimes hold your peace is like holding, we got to use the bathroom real bad and it's about to come out. Sometimes that's how it feels when you say hold your peace. That's how I be feeling to me. Like, oh God, this is going to come. That's how it feels. So it's not always easy to hold your peace. But like I said, I found that, centering out, just trying to center sometimes. And now listen, my mother may be on here. She don't like when I do this. Listen, when I'm talking with Sister Vance, baby, let me tell you something. And she Sister Vance get to letting it, she get to letting it rip. Baby, I'll just go. She hate when I do this too. She's like, why you gotta do that? Something wrong with you, ma'am. So she get to talk, baby. Let me tell you something. Several times I done did this. I don't know where she be coming from. But listen, I go right to any wall I can find. And I just start begging. I'm like, now, Lord, I know you going to fix it. I don't know what have I done. Baby, she gets so mad when she see me banging my head against the wall. Because I be trying, now I do that to quickly reset, reprogram. Because I be trying to figure out, ma'am, what's wrong? What is wrong? And then she get why you do? I know she gonna be mad that I'm telling you how it is because she hate when I do that. She hate when I bang my head. She's like, I'm gonna put you somewhere. Oh, Cedric, don't do me like that. Talking about just think of a cicada landing on it. Baby, I've been on ran out that sister's house so fast and will not be seen again. But sometimes, just hit my head on, I'll be like, she's like, I'm gonna admit you. I'm gonna put you somewhere. Keep on banging your head against the wall like that. I'm put you somewhere. I'm like, ma'am, and I just be like, ma'am, I'm just trying to regroup and reprocess and just trying to figure out where you at, like what just happened real quick. I just be trying to figure it out, but I love my mama, and she know that. My sister she said I'm crazy. Listen, I'm like, listen, my mama, I love my mama to pieces. If you on here, turn off because I ain't no telling what else I'm about to say. She gonna be mad. But guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. Yeah, baby, listen, she be talking, and I'll be like, boom, boom. I'll be like, Lord, please help me. She be like, what is wrong with? She be like, what is wrong with that, baby? She be like, what is wrong with you? Why are you banging your head against the wall? And all I can just be like is, Lord, make it stop. You be like, make what stop? Whatever it is that is causing this computer to freeze up, make it stop. And she just gonna be understanding. Hey, Mom, how you doing? You need the air on?
Girl,
Can you turn the air on, please? But I'll be like, woo, please make it stop, make it stop. Cedric, look, I done been in the restaurant before. We done been out in public. It can happen anytime. It don't even matter if we're in public or where you can. This one is already on. This one is already fine. That one.
Which one? That one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go touch that one. I'll leave that up to you on that stand.
Cause this we can see the shit. Just scoop over a little bit. But Cedric, listen, we done been out in public, and I'm telling you, I'll just be like, or like I'll just nod off like that, cause that's your mother, and sometimes parents parent, and you know what? I'm not parent because my son he do the same thing when he feel like when my crazy done kicked in and he tired of it. I'm telling y'all, my son, he'll come and he'll grab my arm like this and he'll be like, hey, you okay, beloved? You okay? Is everything okay? You need some water? You need a seat? I was like, leave me alone. And that lets me know I'm getting on his last, listen, I have gotten on his last good nerve. So that's his way of respectfully saying, you know what, you done got on my last nerve. Is something wrong with you? You okay? You okay? Hey, you need some help? What's wrong? You need somebody to talk to? You need somebody to talk to? I'm gonna make sure I get you that room. Y'all, I'm gonna say, don't let him put me in no room now without no he said I wasn't gonna get no fish or a window.
You can't have a window? She can have a window now, Mary.
He said, keep on. He said, you all that crazy stuff. He was like, you gonna hurt yourself.
She gotta have some sunshine. You gotta be able to look out and talk to the birds.
He said he's gonna draw it on the wall. Cruel. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. Guys, listen, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot, and J is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are live on YouTube. Hey, YouTube. That's the J Spot Radio. Also, go to TikTok, like and follow us there. The J Spot, Jaye, and turn on the notification bells for all platforms. Guys, listen. As of today, it's been a month, you all. And these bastards still have control of the group. So Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jaye, as of today, almost a month later, and the group is going down to pits. So if anybody listen, you all, we do not have access or control to the Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jaye anymore as of right now. I'm still working to try to get it back.
With 1X. With the 1X.
Right, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jaye. So our backup group is Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. That's our new group. That's where we are rocking from right now until hopefully we eventually get back to that page. But the way that they posting all that stuff, them people are like, what in the world is this? Like, I'm looking through there, like a lot of the people that were like the normal people that used to post, they're no longer in that group. So, I don't have a way to, let them know that this is, the group has been hacked. So we've been trying. So, I can't stay, I gotta keep moving, gotta keep pushing. So, but if y'all can get the word out and let people know that the group has been hacked, because a lot of you all are in both groups. But come on over to Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot, and let's make this one rock out like we did for Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jaye. Also, guys, listen. Thank you so much, 30 and Up, doing us, Tyson Smith. Thank you, the real MVPs. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. Thank you, Pit Life. Thank you, everybody that rocks out with us. Now, listen, it's just me, but sitting next to me, you all, we had esthetician Chandler, mother of a group of cool dudes.
Hey, y'all.
And a little lady.
Misty Woo Woo.
Lady Lotus. Hey!
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm back.
Girl!
Sorry, y'all.
Yes!
Little princess been kicking my butt. We had graduation. We had a ballet recital. It's just been nonstop to where I don't know if I'm coming or I'm going. And finally, it kind of calmed down. She's there
Girl,
with TT for 2 weeks until she
is
saw.
she?
Yeah, I didn't know. TT, the plan was she was supposed to keep this girl from Monday night. I was going to drop her off on Monday night. Dad was going to pick her up Thursday. And then we all come back together after the show. So I talked to her. She was like, "No, I'm keeping my baby for 2 weeks." I said, "Are you sure?"
Won't he do
She
it?
said, "Yeah." Now me, I'm good. Yay. He over here talking about, but who? I don't understand how the communication lines got crossed. It doesn't matter. She said she stayed for 2 weeks. I'm okay with it. If you are, she needs to be gone. But this is a product of we went to aunties and cousins'
Right,
houses. He's never done that.
right.
So he's always been home. Well, I guess I'll go have lunch or dinner with her. I guess that's what you better do because she stayed for 2 weeks.
Woo!
Packing, trying to move. I'm surviving,
Girl.
y'all. I'm here. Thank you for not forgetting about me.
Well, listen, let me tell you. Listen, I'm glad well, I still got one more graduation to do this summer, and then I think it'll be, yeah, that's the last one. So one more graduation.
Y'all breaking my heart. I just want y'all to know that.
Who?
All y'all, everybody, all my friends. I don't like any of you, but I love you.
With the
Because
graduation?
everybody posting like they grown kids graduating from
Girl,
college.
listen,
And here I
yes.
am talking about Empress Faja's graduating from preschool. Why do I have to be the friend that shocks my friends? Why do I have to be the friend that always just do something just crazy like this? I'm talking about everybody going on prom send-offs. I don't even think I seen an 8th grade graduation.
I just came from an 8th grade graduation. So my niece, she just graduated. One of my nieces, she
That's
just
your
graduated.
niece.
Well, I'm done. So Matt, listen,
I'm
Matt
talking
is
about our group.
right, but like, yeah.
Well, at least I could say that. But girl, y'all making me mad.
I'm going to the last graduation is the college graduation.
I
So.
don't care. Starting all over
But
again.
I'm like, listen.
Class of 2036.
But let me tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. These little kids, I'm not for these. Listen, I love the little kids. Listen, I had my little nephew. He look, how's this guy? This guy is what? How old? 9 or 10. So he wanted to come and hang out with me for a little bit. So now, mind you, I'm used to always being by myself or running my errands by myself. So I told him, I said, now listen, when we go in this store, I need you to stay close to me so that I can know that you're here. I said, because sometimes I get in the zone and you will be in here.
Right.
And so I say, and I would hate to leave you. And then you got to call the people, and now they got to call me, and I'd be like, "Oh, dang, I left the boy up at the store." I said, "So don't wander off." And so I told him, I said, because I have left a kid before, and he looked up. He was like, "Did you?" I said, "I'm not gonna tell you who I left because I don't want you to go back and tell their mama, because then I won't never be able to get them again." But yeah, when they was little, I did leave them, and thankfully it was in a safe place because they called me back. And I ain't gonna tell you what they call me, because then they're gonna know who it was that I left. But left them. I'm like, oh shoot! I told them. See, why did they separate us? That's how they got left. So I said
they don't know how to stay in that peripheral.
I told them, so don't let that happen to you. I said, because listen, you'll be okay. Ain't you wouldn't mess around and find out. That's all I told him. I said, don't find out. So you all, it wasn't intentional, and it wouldn't be that way. But listen, sometimes the tunnel vision just be like this, and listen, you can turn around and you can be in Target calling, having them call me over the loudspeaker, and I won't know what's going on. Like, oh shoot, this poor baby. And I said, I don't want you to get tortured like that. So guys, listen. We have a great show lined up for you. Listen, we're going to go ahead and continue off with our hot topics. Now, listen, what do you all think of this foolishness? Because it's like, I don't care which parent it is. I just don't think that it's a good look. But what do you all think about kissing these kids in the mouth? A parent kissing a kid in the mouth. So there's a picture, and the mother, she is kissing her son in the mouth, and this boy looks like he's every bit of 10 or 11. Do you guys think that that's appropriate, or are other people just making it weird? Like, she's like, oh, it's a mother, it's innocent. Why do y'all think it's so everything has to be over sexualized? But like a boy, even a father kissing anybody kissing a kid in the mouth, like I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't, it's
11.
hard.
Okay.
I don't think after I can't. I really do agree with we over sexualize everything, but at some point in age, you cut certain behaviors off with your kids. So to be 10 years old and saying I'm kissing my son on his mouth, nah, I wouldn't be doing that. But when they're younger, it's like you showing affection, you show love. Give me a kiss. Now I can say her dad ain't never played that game. He ain't never like kissed her on her mouth or nothing like that. But
But see, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm like I'm not like it's sexualized. I don't think it's a look at it and see like, oh, this is sexual. I look at it and I'm just like, now you finna come and kiss your child in the mouth.
that one.
You done slobbed all
Oh,
you
Bob.
just going to town, and now you coming and kissing your kid in the mouth, and you passing all that bacteria on to the baby,
I hope she brushed her teeth
especially
and gargled.
with these little babies. I'm like, look, and now not you. I'm not even gonna say slobbing on Bob. They eating everything. They're eating everything like it ain't nobody's business. They're eating everything from head to toe. So it's just like,
The rooter to the tutor.
and now you don't put Tyrone's tooth. Now you kiss the same tooth. You just put your lips all on Tyrone's tooth last night. Now you getting up in the middle of the night, kissing all on your baby. Now you
I hope
wondering
you're
why your
not.
baby got colic and all of this other stuff. Because Tyrone is for the streets.
Mm.
You know he for the streets, and you still kissing your baby in the mouth after dealing with all that foolishness.
I'm not with you today.
You're not
You
so
like when like it, you gotta like reel it in lightly. You just like throw it all out there. Oh man,
no, just she
I
just
missed you
out
so,
there.
I just missed you so much.
I miss you too, cause see now I'm gonna get now it's gonna be even extra. So now not only her, now you sitting up here eating all
Oh no, not Tyrone.
now and then now you want listen. Sir, you shouldn't even be kissing your child on the forehead because you out here with these chicks that be living. Listen, they city girls and all this and that, and not washing their BBLs right, and you sitting up here kissing all on your baby, and now you wondering why your baby won't get rid of the rash on the face. You thinking that it's the detergent. Oh man, I done put the wrong detergent. No. It's where your mouth has been, which is why your child is having a hard time. You can't keep the rash off the face and can't keep them from coughing and all that other foolishness. It's because of where your mouth has been. So please govern your mouth accordingly before you start putting it all over your kid like that. And also, listen, the second part of that is, what do you guys think about this? You got kids at home and they're up in age like I want to say, listen, I'm just going to say 2 years old. And I'm going to tell y'all why I say 2 years old after we talk about this hot topic. So I would say 2 years old and above. Is it okay for parents to walk around the house either naked or just in their underwear? So a mom, you got your kids and you walking around in your panty and your bra, or is that appropriate to do so with just your kids at home?
I used to have an auntie who used to walk around the house butt naked all the time. And she was my favorite auntie.
We got an auntie that would never close the bathroom door. So she on the toilet, number 1, number 2, 3, and 4, with the bathroom door wide open. And that's like the coolest auntie. And if you walk past that door, you're going to end up sitting there talking to her.
But okay, so outside.
So as far as that goes.
But what about just walking around?
We're an exhibition family.
Okay.
We were born that way and we're going to be that way.
Okay.
I don't like clothes.
Okay.
Now, I do not walk around in the nude because I have sons. But I have walked around in my like boy shorts and a tank top.
Okay.
Now, if you come in my room, You know, that's on you. Don't come up in here without knocking on the door if the door closed. But to just say, you know, everything's flying out, I feel like sometimes that could over sexualize children's thoughts. And I try, you know, not to now because I have a daughter, you know, it's different. We get to do what we want to do. She like, you know, I gotta teach her, you gotta let her breathe. You know, you could go to sleep with just your, you know, because you gotta breathe. So, you know, we might be breathing, but you know.
So with me, like
we're not doing that. Now other people kids, no. Now my little sister don't care who come in the house. My little sister don't care, y'all. You walk in that door, she ain't got no clothes on, that's on you. You just gonna see it.
no, for me, like I've always because I listen, our family is huge. I come from a huge family, so we had clothes on. Like I don't recall ever seeing my mom, my parents, anybody walking around without any clothes on. So for my family, like everybody got some clothes on. Like, you know, now listen, my son, even at home, went between just me and him. Like I always had some clothes on, never boy clothes. So like I it was just a habit that we didn't do. Do I think it's a problem for people to walk around with their underwear on? I'm like, to each his own, like, you know, however the family is comfortable with. But nude, butthole naked, no, listen.
Your little homie, Jacquez. I had a homegirl call me one day. She was like, could you please tell your son to put some clothes on? Every time I drive past your house, his little bird chest in the window.
Yes, I'm just.
You know, the boys walk around with they boy shorts on, with they not boy shorts, but they boxer shorts on. No briefs, just boxer shorts. You know, some like they take time, some don't.
I'm like, listen, you gotta listen. You got to wheel that in and just govern yourselves accordingly because it's I don't know, but like I say, I personally don't, and simply because it's so much stuff that people are doing today. Like it's so much stuff, and I just don't want, especially with other people's kids, to put anybody in a compromising position. And I think that it's just from a standpoint of just being safe. For me, that's how I look at it. Because listen, I know some stuff and I've seen some stuff and I've heard some stuff, and everybody ain't innocent, and I would hate to have to put some lead in somebody. So like, help me not put no lead in nobody. Help me to stay cute and keep a cute smile, because I don't think I would not survive in jail. I just would not. So we're not gonna speak those things. We're not gonna claim it because listen.
Well, you was grown and gone, so you all right now.
Yeah, but I'm like, so now even when I have like other people kids, like when I have my nieces and my nephews, I'm really selective because I don't really like to have a whole bunch of kids over at one time, because I like to watch, you know, because the little kids, listen.
Ooh.
You don't know what they're being exposed to at home.
And you just mixing all that exposure.
And you're just putting it all together. And I'll say, here's why I don't care, even down to 2 years old. I kid you not. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just trying to see, should I post the video? But I'm going to tell y'all, and then y'all should let me know if I should post the video. But I'm sitting out on the porch. And so my family, we're sitting out. And so a little kid comes, a little girl, she's about 2 years old, running up the street. Like it was, at first it was like 3 of them. I started getting nervous. I'm like, oh, child, 3 of them with the little diapers on, little saggy, look, diaper dragging all the way up the street. So I'm just like, so we're sitting on the porch. And so the house is surrounded by a fence. So on the side gate, the little kid, the first little girl, she sees it's a lock. The gate is locked. So the little girl, she reaches her hand inside and she feels for the lock.
Wait,
and so
a little baby?
2 years old.
Oh.
Reaching inside, feels for the lock, and she's looking at it. So then she ran off. It was 2 of them there. So they both ran off. The other one came back. She came back with a little stick. Baby, she took that stick and she was trying to jimmy the lock open on the gate. 2 years old. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, is this a girl trying to break into the gate? She was trying to open the gate. There's no, I recorded it just so I'm like, oh my God, this little girl. But I'm saying that to say this.
That's why they're called the alpha generation.
She saw somebody breaking in somewhere, and now at 2 years old, you know how to break in somewhere. So she saw that stick wasn't working. So she ran off to go get another stick to come back to the gate and try to finish it and try to figure out how she. Two.
They mimic what they see. I just think this little girl with a stick that looked like a hammer. And she was going from place to place fixing stuff with her little stick hammer.
And that's why I said,
I'm just what they see.
And that's why I say, you know what, I cannot, and that's for that reason. I mean, I was already adamant about not mixing kids up together, but when I saw that made me even more firmer on not having all these kids over together, because again, you don't know what these kids are being exposed to, and now you're putting other kids, in jeopardy. Like you're putting, because you don't know what they're exposed to, so you're like, oh, it's just a baby. That was Rosemary's baby right there. Okay, that was one of the children of the corn. That wasn't no just, oh, she just a little baby, she was only 2. Baby,
ain't no only.
Has she had the tools, baby, she was gonna get, had they not come to get her. And again, she ain't worried about me sitting right there on the porch. I was acting like I wasn't watching her because I was recording her. She didn't care, sitting up there just trying to just sticking it on there, just jingling it around. And the other one, like I said, she's looking at the lock, trying to assess the type of lock. 2 years old. So again, we definitely have to be mindful of what we expose our kids to. And again, just putting them in the room with multiple kids. Because again, if she's seeing somebody trying to break into locks and things of that nature, what else are they seeing?
That's why I'm teaching your little friend about strange behavior. She has to go to summer camp. And you think you're doing good with them being at the summer camp in a good neighborhood around good people, but kids are kids. So it's like, as much as I teach her about strange behavior and stranger danger with adults, we have to teach them about strange behavior with kids.
Absolutely.
A kid ain't got no business touching you. A kid don't have no business doing this. This day we was at the park. This little girl, she was so sneaky. It was Faja, another little girl, and she was the bigger girl. She's trying to convince them to drink a bottle of water and get these cookies. When I tell you, my little diva said, I'm not drinking that. So the other little girl poured it out. Then she trying to sneak the cookies to her. All I heard was, my mama gonna get me. That's not yours. Put it down. She went to go play, and the little girl tried to get them to eat them cookies again. She got louder.
Were they stealing them?
The cookies were just in the park.
Okay,
one of the little seesaw things or whatever. Somebody sat it down.
Okay.
But that little girl, I noticed her from the side of my eye. She was eyeballing them cookies. She was on them cookies. And her job as the bigger kid was, if I get the little ones to open it, then I could still eat it with them. And I could blame it on them. Strange behavior.
Baby, listen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna start calling these little. Listen, I'm gonna start just calling these little kids out. Listen, you little unfamiliar spirit, get out of here. Malachi and Rosemary's baby, and Chucky and Children of the Corn. Get all these little kids. Listen, get them all up out of here. All of them up out of here, because you all are scary. Listen, these little kids scare me. Get them up. Get them up out of here, because they weird. And listen, I don't even listen, little kids, I love y'all, but nope, after seeing that, I'm like, nope, you'll steal too. Nope, you will steal too. Just listen, because your parents is telling you to do it, or they showing you just what to do. But guys, at all times when you have kids in your presence, listen, especially these little kids, they listen, they're born, these little kids, they're different. Like, they come out just with a special type of knowledge and a special type of power that we definitely got to just make sure that we are paying attention to, because again, it's so much going on and these kids are being exposed to so much. It's just like we got to watch them and make sure that we're doing the right thing. Now listen, guys, speaking of doing the right thing, we are going to get into our topic for tonight. Now look, when you are out, listen, for those that have the unfortunate pleasure of being out in this foolery called the dating pool, are looks important to you? Do they matter? Does that, when you are talking about moving forward in a relationship or even approaching somebody, does their looks matter? Does whether or not a woman, fellas, if she's natural or if she's had some enhancements done, does that matter? What is considered too much? So tonight we're talking about, are physical enhancements worth the risk? Because every time you turn around, you're hearing a story about some young lady losing her life over getting these surgeries. They're getting the enhancements, they're getting the BBLs. They are going over to these countries and they are coming back. You know, if they do come back, those that are fortunate enough to come back, it's almost always some type of, you know, side effect to what it is that they have been through. But I want to talk about, when you talk about beauty in your eyes as being a woman, what do you think makes a woman beautiful? And fellas, answer that. What do you all think? What makes a woman beautiful to you? And let's talk about the natural. Are you guys more in tune and on board with the BBLs, or are you preferring natural women, or does it not matter? You're only concerned about the woman's personality and who she is and how she is. Cedric, you're saying natural. And Pretty Tasha, you're saying yes, looks matter to a certain extent. And Cedric, you're also saying it depends on their taste. So when you're talking about beauty again, so what do you think? What makes a woman beautiful to you?
I mean, I think whatever makes that woman beautiful is beautiful, whether she's natural or she got a weave or whatever. For me, I prefer, for me, natural. I've never had a weave, tried to do wigs before. I don't have time to be doing this.
Because it
just doesn't, it don't work for me. But that doesn't mean the next person sitting next to me isn't beautiful. I don't like the snuffleupagus eyebrows and eyelashes, but if that's how she feels beautiful, that's on her. Um, as far as like I'm not gonna say what I think men like, but these young men been speaking out a lot online, and it's like for them the BBLs and the breast augmentations and all these things make them look at a woman in a sexual way, because that's all I'm looking at. I'm just looking at the big butt, the breast, and those things. They're not looking at you like, oh, I want to wife her up, I want to marry her.
And it's like, to piggyback on what you just said, Lady Lotus, I'm like, listen, whatever makes you feel comfortable, whatever makes you feel beautiful, then that's what to me makes a woman beautiful. And I like to say whatever makes you feel beautiful. But here's where the twist comes into that: whatever makes you feel beautiful. We're not doing things based upon what makes us feel good. We're doing things based upon social media and what the trends are. That's what women are doing. I saw this video of the lady Delicious, that was off the Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years ago it was, but I remember her
15 plus.
And to me, I thought that she was really pretty.
Always.
And she had a nice shape. So the Delicious from back then is different from today. So she had all of this work done. And as I watched her, I said to myself, ma'am, you had all of this work done just to twerk on social media, just to get a few likes and a few shares. Like, where I'm like, you were beautiful already, but she wasn't beautiful to herself.
I think so with adding in social media, I don't feel like they always do it for beauty. Like you said, you did that for some likes because they get a lot of money once you hit them followers and all that stuff, and you dedicate that time into having these followers and stuff. And now you got to keep up this content. So I got to keep something shaking. I got to keep something clapping because in my mind, you don't have the talent to just sit here and create something. Like I give props to these families with their kids and they're doing it and we don't have to augment our bodies to do it. But then you got the people in the limelight who they telling them if you want to be famous, you gonna have to do it. But even if you're a part of the itty bitty committee, why can't we do it to make it look natural? You could go get you a big butt and some big breasts where they still look natural and they match you. Not where your hip don't match. Nothing matches. You turn around and you just look weird. And some of it, I think, is low self-esteem. Like, look at Kim.
Oh, my God.
Look, Kim was beautiful. And because of her low self-esteem, you've done all this stuff to you. And it's just like, I can't even look at you like you pretty right now.
She old.
Even if she got old, they don't have nothing to do with her augmenting her face and her nose. I mean, come on, MJ was sexy, dark skinned with that big old nose.
Man.
And it's self-esteem and wanting to be in this limelight and somebody telling you all the time, oh, your breast's too little.
And you know what? It's so crazy because just being in this industry, like my family is different shades. So I wasn't brought up on the colorism thing, like the light skin, dark skin. But once I got in this, started doing the J spot, this was the first time I ever heard, oh, you're pretty for a brown skinned girl, or you're pretty. I'm like, huh? Like, I'm like, I was confused when I first heard. I'm like, I never heard that growing up in school, like in my family. I never heard that until getting, starting the J spot. And I'm just like, I'm the shine. I'm the show shot. It don't matter what my shade is. I've always been this way, gonna be this way, then and then some. And that slogan is taken from my BF, my good friend. He called himself the show shot and the shine. So I'm gonna take that, listen, I'm gonna bite off him because that's what he always say. I'm the shine, I'm the show shot.
Hey, get out of here. I am, but I am.
But I'm just like, I'm not going to talk to you. Now, listen, when I will tell you the descriptions that I do call people. And these are the adjectives that I've used to describe people. Listen, no, broke Ronnie over there. No, Dusty Mike over there from around the corner. No, Big Nose Lester. That's who I'm talking about over there. Now we'll describe people like that. But rarely, almost never referring to the color the color of their skin, because that's not what comes to me naturally.
Right.
But your physical attributes,
we got
listen.
that.
Listen. Come from a big family. That's all we did was talked about each other, talked about people. So to describe people like that, I'm sorry, that's just weird. No,
but that's just us anyway.
No, Gap Tooth Tony. No, the dude. Listen, listen. Bowleg, the one with the shoes that always wears shoes tied too tight. That's who I'm talking about over there. That's what I'm talking about. Not the other one. You talking about no, Jermaine. No, not that Jermaine. I'm talking about Jermaine that got the broke down Corolla that be thinking he all that. That's the Jermaine I'm talking about. I ain't talking about Jermaine that ride the Cadillac. I ain't talking about that Jermaine. We do describe people like that.
Right.
That's more, that now I can resonate with that. But all this skin tone stuff, but what makes a woman beautiful, ladies, you gotta you gotta be here with yourself. Like
I
we
think they
can't.
stopped teaching beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Because beauty is because
If I
you're
don't
right.
think I'm beautiful, then you're not gonna think I'm beautiful. And the beauty most people don't understand is it start on the inside. My beauty start with my hello.
Right.
My beauty starts with how I treat you. Because you could be one of the ugliest people to the world, but if you treat me good and you're nice, I don't even see your physical. I don't see that no more. I
Now
see your
I'm trying to
soul.
get
I
that
see
deep. I'm
you.
trying to get that deep like that. But
I mean, I ain't
I'm
saying
gonna
I
rock
see
with
you have to be able to lay down next to you,
Right.
but I'm just not gonna be sitting in your face like, oh my God, you is so ugly. I can't be your friend
Right,
because
yeah.
your eyes going that way or your teeth rolling out of your mouth, whatever. If you ugly like that and you got an ugly personality, you need to go hide in a cave somewhere.
Now
But
I did. I'm gonna tell you. Now I'm gonna have a petty moment. I did
no.
know this guy that I had stopped talking to him because there was something on his finger that was growing, and I just could not understand what it was. And I'm just like, Lord, if he touched me, I am just going to melt like the snowman, just like the snowman. Like I'm like, because I didn't know what it was, and I didn't want if you touch me, it was going to jump off on me. But you all, that was some back in
You
the day
had a
when I was
shallow hell moment in your heydays.
a lot of them.
Shallow
A lot of them. So that was like, but I think that was like one of the most pettiest ones, the shallowest ones. The guy that had the thing on his hand, and I'm just like, can
I
you
mean,
just
I
can you
think
just take the
having
hand off the table?
Mole.
I don't know what it was, but it was
Funeral.
just like some type of growth that I was just like,
I mean, we all
clearly,
got
I
our
don't.
hang-ups, and we not gonna talk to somebody or be around somebody because of a hang-up, but the beauty part of it, that's just a
And that just
hang-up.
made,
That
and so
was just a hang-up.
I couldn't focus on nothing else. So I can't, I don't even remember how he looked. I just remember the thing
That
on his
mole.
hand. And I was
That
just like,
thing.
it seemed like it would be talking, but he was just he had very generous pockets, though. I will say that. So that's just, but that was back, before I was redeemed, you all, just being able to take advantage and just being thankful for how generous his pockets were. But nevertheless, again, when you looking at yourself,
He had to use that hand with that growth on it to get that money out that pocket.
just use it on the growth. use it to swipe and give. Just as long as you ain't touching me, then listen, everything worked out just fine. As long as you was not touching over here. Listen, you can touch your card and your cash and give it to the cash.
You can't touch the spirit on your head.
No, no. And the cash, you can leave it on the table and we'll spray it with the lights off when you leave up out of here. But that's where. But I'm just like, when it comes to beauty, ladies, today's society has it's put so much pressure. Nobody wants to age. Nobody wants to, that's the natural progression in life. You get older. Listen, we can help things out by changing our diets, changing, exercising more. And listen, if you over 40 plus, then, listen, check some of them hormone balances, because if you're not losing weight like you want to, and you know that you eat right and you're working out, it may be your hormones. So, look into doing things like that of the natural route if there's some changes that you want to make. But it's just like, drastically, these enhancements. Listen, I've seen the girl put this thing on, this waist trainer on, and like literally, I'm like, what's happening to your rib cage? Like literally everything was sucked in. And I'm just like, wow.
Do you remember corsets? And do you remember they stopped back in the day, like but the 70s, those women was putting on those corsets that we call today. It's a difference between a waist trainer and a fitness band.
Right.
But the corsets were giving them that Coke bottle shape, but it was also moving their organs.
Yep.
So when you're putting on that waist trainer and you doing I pray for her all the time, Miss Keisha Kayor, she's made her waist so small. I have her waist trainer. I ain't gonna trip, but I ain't trying to do what she did. Where do you think your organs are going in your abdomen? Just put on a waist trainer. There's some girl almost fell out one day. Help me take it off. You about to die.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we are dying, y'all. We are dying at high rates over these surgeries, trying to go overseas. These surgeries are not even, what do you call it? They're not FDA approved.
Yep.
Anything could happen. They just jabbing and jerking in your body. They don't know how far they're going. These doctors don't even know how far they should go. They're just doing it. And then you still got to do the work to keep it. So why not just eat right? Why not just do some exercise? Because you're going to go get that surgery. You're going to spend all that money. And then you still going to have to come home and put your hula hoop on and go to the gym and work out and watch what you eat. Or you're going to lose all your money because all that fat going to come right back.
Now, Twin Williams, she said, be looking like an ant. Some of it looks ridiculous. It truly does. And I'm just like, you know, we some of us gotta do better. But when it comes to risking, like you said, moving your organs around, and no doubt you messing with your ribs, so now that's gonna be messing with your spine and your posture and all that. It's just like, for what? For what? To be an influencer, to get likes, to be like, influence something else.
Have you seen an old lady with a BBL yet?
No, and I don't.
I can't wait.
I don't even want, like,
I can't wait.
I'm having a hard time looking at the younger ones.
You just gonna be 70 years old and that little booty will be sitting there like.
It's like the pokey holes. You're gonna have one. You're gonna have the one silicone and then the other one. Listen, let them things. You know who I admire? I'm just like, I said, she just gonna. And this is no shade. I like this because I'm gonna be just like that. Lunel, baby, she let them things, baby. When she on her lives, them things be hanging. They be sitting on the table. They be sitting everywhere, and I love it.
Now
because
you know what that is.
What?
That's beauty.
Yes, it is
because she's comfortable in her own skin.
Her own skin. I'm just like, that's the way you have to do it. It's like, okay, when I go outside, then I'm gonna fix myself up so I can be outside. But I'm like, I'm not about to be sitting up here. And that's what she be sitting around in and be rocking out. And I'm just like,
I don't want these wire bras. I don't want none of it.
Man, these bras are for the devil. And I'm telling you, these doggone these thongs. Listen, y'all can take them thongs.
I don't want the thong.
Man, listen.
Keep that demo flow.
Listen, when you got, I know if a real butt eat them thongs up, your booty be eating them up like the Cookie Monster, baby. I know them things get lost all up in that BBL. I know you
just
be up.
Don't wear. Just
what kind of panties? You gonna have to be free. You gonna have to be free because ain't no panties fitting them big old humps.
Yes, they is. They just gonna spread that thing and they gonna slide it right up. They can't wear a thong. They have to wear a G-string. A thong is for flat booties.
You think so?
Yeah.
A thong and a G-string are the same thing?
No. A thong is for a flat booty so that little piece could lay on it. But the thong is gonna go up in there because it's just
the string.
A string bikini. You could deal with the little string up in there. They're not wearing thongs.
I'm not gonna have no friction.
If you wearing a thong with that big old piece of thing,
no. It's the friction.
That is what you call that little snatch on the side of the mattress. That little strap on the side of the mattress, you just waiting to spark a fire.
And it's just like
a yeast infection fire.
That's how your booty doing. Just chomping them panties, just chomping whatever you got up, just chomping it up. But it's like when we think about it, it's like we all, I think women, we collectively just have to start embracing each other's natural beauty and letting each other know, like, man, you know, you look cute like that. That's a nice look on you. You look nice. You know, start encouraging that and encouraging each other, because to be your natural, authentic self, we're not doing that because it's not acceptable. So it's like, it's not acceptable. It's not admired. So we got women out here that they're willing to risk their eyesight for these eyelashes, putting these things on, letting these people put these glues and stuff on. That the
and
glue,
they put in hair glue,
weave glue on the eyelashes.
That is dangerous from an esthetician. You should not be doing that. You should not be really putting any type of glue near your eyes unless it was specifically made for the lashes.
Stop going to these little Korean shops because they don't care. They washing their hands with dish detergent. They're not even properly sanitizing this stuff, and then you let them put
they don't have a license.
Yeah, I know.
The nail salon is not licensed to give you waxes either. They're not licensed to wax your eyebrows, wax your hoo-ha, wax your back. All they licenses on the wall is for nails.
And they doing some of everything. So then you have a growth on your eye and whatever it is, the fungus and all this other stuff because they're using the wrong product.
Girls get lice in their eyes and their eyelashes.
And it's so sad. So it's just like we have to start just looking and loving ourselves and say, you know what? Listen, this world is going to get whatever it is that I give it. I'm going to chug down a couple of smoothies, but whatever is not gotten rid of by the smoothies and a little workout, a little jog here and little, I'm not getting nothing nipped. I'm not getting nothing tucked. I'm going to try to suck it in. And I'm going to try to listen. Hurry up, take the picture while so I'm act like I can't breathe. After that, it's all bets are off. Whatever leans over, it leans over. I've earned the right for it to lean over this way.
With it and rock with it.
We're not doing all this nipping and tucking. Like, listen, we're going to do a few jumping jacks. We're going to do a few sit-ups. And whatever does not go away from that, it was meant to be. It's mine and I've earned it. All these, listen, you have earned these stripes. You have earned your war wounds. Listen, you have earned it. Just relax and let it go. You have earned it. That's like the weekend say, you have earned it. So don't, before choosing to go out and get these dangerous procedures done and do all of this stuff to yourself, ask yourself why. Am I doing this because I don't like how I look? Or am I doing this because of what is popular now?
And make sure that money worth your health.
And make sure if you are getting these, which I don't even, support the surgeries and stuff like that because they're dangerous. And they're unnecessary. It's just like, why do everybody want to be shaped the same? You want to look, And here's the thing, you're not going to catch a man. You're still single. It's like they going risking their lives just to come back, just to get on social media, just to still be single. Listen, you could have kept them dragging saggy titties and been single, happy and single. Guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, I want you to take care of yourselves and each other. Do me a favor, go to our page, like our page, the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. J is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe our channel there. That's the J Spot Radio. Go to TikTok, like and follow us there. The J Spot, Jaye. Turn on the notification bells. Until next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Keep it natural, you all. Listen, wherever it lean, let it lean. Rock with it. Whatever it is, it's yours. You earned it. Listen, let it hang over the pants. It's yours. Don't even worry about it. You look a little bloated. Don't even worry about it. Listen, see that body bing, bada bang. Let them titties titty. Don't even worry about it. Let them titties titty. Good night, you guys.